Peace, Star Hearts. It's your boy Eru, host of the Dynex podcast. As you can tell, I'm a little bit tired. Kind of technical difficulties going on tonight. As you can see, I don't have State with me today. State is busy at work, man. You know what happens? You know he does he does the podcast live from from like deathbeds and shit like that, man. I don't know if he works in the morgue or what, man, but he's at work right now, so he had to bail. But he'll be back tomorrow. We'll probably do something after the game, a post game, Die Hard Knicks, Die Hard State of Mind post game show tomorrow, man. So shout out to everybody that's in so early. We got New Yorker. New Yorker's the first one, man. I'm glad to see somebody else in there besides some of the other guys here. Julian Tran, what's good, Julian? Anthony Baker, what's up? We got a Big Task. Geraldine, you missed it, Geraldine. Geraldine's usually the first. There's always like a fight to get this game started, man. What else we got here? New York, excuse me, Knicks with a Y, man. Shout out to you. What's up with the music, man? You guys were doing music and stuff before, man. I haven't seen much from you guys. Let me take a sip. So anyway, this is gonna be like a ragtag type of thing, man, because I had something going on with State. But I'm gonna hold off on some of the stuff that he wanted to talk about. But I still wanted to talk about the Julius Randle and RJ stuff because I never got a chance to address it just by myself. I've been doing it with other people on other people's podcasts, but I haven't really addressed it myself. I see other people putting other stuff too, kind of like feeling themselves a little bit too much. I don't know, man. I think people feel like too highly of themselves, man. They get all serious and talking about, hey man, they all in face. Listen to me, I got a message for you. Like, okay, what the fuck? What the fuck is that, man? I get it. Everybody got their own style, man. But me, I freestyle. So I go off the top of the head, man. So let's get into some of my videos that I posted, man. This is an Instagram video starring none other than RJ. All right, let me leave that alone because I already got a freaking borderline strike against my YouTube channel for the last halftime to crunch time show. I actually played a little clip of the NBA game, so I won't be doing that anymore because I got threatened by YouTube, man. So I can't do that again. Shout out to NBA, shout out to the bots that watch the YouTube channels and stuff. I won't be doing that anymore, man. But RJ was pissed off at a fan because the fan was saying something about plus or minus. Whatever said he was like, I believe is what he said that RJ was negative 29, which is kind of funny when you think about it, because why would you catch offense off like a plus or minus stat? Somebody yelling out your plus or minus, like, it kind of makes me laugh, but I don't think that was the extent of it. I think the guy was fucking with him for a while. So RJ just had his opportunity finally, to say what he had to say. And what makes it funny too is in the beginning of the video, he's looking to see who's watching him, like a little kid, man. That shit made me laugh. So anyway, I put that together, man. I'm older, so maybe some people might not even know what song that is. That's actually I think it's All In Together Now, or whatever the hell it is. It's by Limp Bizkit, right? It's by Limp Bizkit and Method Man. Fred Durst. You know what I'm saying? So that's an old school song there, dope beat and all that. But shout out to that. I had to use it because as soon as I saw it, that's the first thing that popped in my head. Especially with the finger that he smiled at. That's that Canadian humor. But check it, man. I mean, RJ just needs to play better, man. Shout out to him playing good the other night. He who did we play last night? I don't even know who we played. Anyway, we won. RJ has 31 points. And then if you look at Twitter, I put too much stock in Twitter, because Twitter, if you want to find out what Knicks fans are talking about, just go on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? If you don't got a chance to get around your peoples or whatever, because it's COVID, everybody's on Twitter talking shit, man. So they're out there, all the RJ stands. Oh, you run the offense through him, and this, that, and the other. Oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. And there's a campaign to get rid of Julius Randle at the moment, man. So I don't agree with none of that stuff. Julius Randle had his own problems too, man. I'll play that video in a second. But let's talk about RJ, man. How much games did he play good this year? I mean, basically he plays good every game. but he has different type of games. He'll have like a glue player type of game. He'll have a game where he scores a lot. He'll have a game where he's orchestrating the freaking offense. How many times has he done that this year? I want to say maybe twice. Maybe in the beginning, he had like a 5-game stretch in the beginning of the season where he scored well. He wasn't really orchestrating the offense, but he was scoring in that 5-game stint. After that, he went into a massive slump. Wasn't able to make layups. Couldn't even jump off the ground. There was one game recently where he got. I mean, like every time he got into the paint, he got blocked. You know what I'm saying? So, but there was two absolutely stellar games. The game when him and Randle were going off. I think they both had 30 that night. And then the last game where RJ had 31. He was like finding guys and whatever. But here's the key with RJ Barrett. In order for him to be the key to the offense, it has to be heavy pick and roll. They have to send pick and rolls his way, and then because he can't create his own shot. The only way that RJ could drive on his own is if he has a full head of steam coming down in a fast-paced offense, coming out straight from the half court, just coming straight across the half court, and I'm taking the defense by surprise. That's the only way that he's going to be able to get to the basket. Here's another thing: when he gets to the basket, he still can't finish. The last couple games he was able to get left and right, but a lot of times he does this kind of like a floating hook shot type of thing. Like, God, please go in the basket. That's not going to cut it, man. To be a number one player. So I get that fans love RJ Barrett. I love RJ Barrett too. I'm not saying that we should trade him, but I have been saying that he's hot dog shit, which is the absolute truth. If you watch the games, every single game, like a diehard Knicks fan. If you watch every single game, you know what I'm talking about. It's not the fact that Julius Randle's not giving him the ball or Tom Thibodeau's not doing that for him. He's getting the same shots every game. It's just that one night he'll be aggressive, the next night he'll act like he don't even want to be there. So it's just funny, man. It's funny to talk about it. But I do agree. We need to get more sets for RJ Barrett to get open. That one game when it was 30-30 where him and RJ that was the most fun game to watch, man. Like I said, I do have time to crunch time, so you can watch my reaction to that, and I was excited, man. It was fun to watch that, man, and I could see how we could win. The problem is with that we got to get Fournier involved. So Fournier's been playing good the llast couple games. After that 41-point game. He's been playing a little bit better, so hopefully he can find his energy because he's an energy player. He needs to play off of the rest of the team's energy and the crowd's energy, that type of thing. He needs to play off of that. If RJ and Randle could get busy the way they did, then Fournier will find his energy. So the key is still the same guys. The guys from last year that led us in scoring, which is RJ and Randle. Those are the two guys that's going to be the engine to keep us going, man. So. Rather than put these guys against each other or have the fan base going to blows, blows on Twitter, going back and forth. Shout out to Julito and shout out to I keep forgetting this other freaking kid's name. These are guys in my chat here. Let me shout him out because he's down with the Knicks Film School. He's a young dude. I met him in person. I was gonna call him Goofy, but we're all goofy. I'm goofy. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we're all cut from the same cloth. I'll say that. What the hell is this kid's name? His name is Chris something. But anyway, we had a private conversation in the chat, and these guys were going back and forth, and they were really especially Chris. He was just hitting, just attacking kind of Julito. But it's not just them two. It's just been all over Twitter. People just been attacking each other over RJ and Randle. I mean, it's too much, man. Do you see that jersey back there? That's diehard E-Rule. I'm not wearing nobody's name on the back of my jersey, fam. You know what I'm saying? You will never see me wear an RJ Barrett jersey on my back. You will never see me wear a Julius Randle jersey on my back. Now I'm older. I'm like 40. I'm like 40. How old am I? 42, right? I'm 42. You will never see me with a John Starks jersey on my back. I'm not a kid no more. You might see me with a Ewing jersey. You know what I'm saying? Just out of respect for one of the greatest Knicks ever. But I'm not going to fanboy over John Starks, man. Not at 42. I'll wear the Ewing jersey out of respect. I'll wear the Frazier jersey out of respect because these guys are my senior. These guys are like 50-something, 60-something years old, 70-something years old, pushing 80. Some of these guys, So I would wear those guys' jersey out of respect for those particular players. But I'm not gonna fanboy or for players anymore. And like I said, if you're a diehard Knicks fan, then you shouldn't do that either. It's one thing support the team. I'm not going to tell you that you can't wear a jersey. That's just my thought process. But my thing is that you know, just standing. That's become like a pop culture word, standing. Yo, Eminem wrote a song about a guy that was obsessed with Eminem. Eminem didn't write him back because he just didn't get the fan mail. And then the dude gets pissed off and ends up killing his girlfriend, and all kind of craziness. And then Eminem finally writes him back, whatever. So that's that's where Stan comes from. So I mean, the way that the language and the tone that people have been speaking with, the last couple of days about RJ and Randle, it's totally fucking stand shit, man. I can see some of these guys jumping in into their car and driving off a river over this conversation. This doesn't make no damn sense. Anyway. So I mean, shout out to young people, because it's not just young people, it's freaking older people too. Guys that are in my age group and guys that are younger, all arguing with each other like a bunch of schoolgirls, man. But it is what it is, man. I just want to say what's up to everybody before I get into the Randle rant. But there's a couple new guys here, man. We got King Ribby. Shout out to King Ribby. I want to salute everybody here real quick. Kareem Grant. Shout out to Kareem. Kareem is always hanging out with me. Pudge. We got Raymond Burnett. I don't think I've seen Raymond. I think I've seen Raymond before on Facebook. He's shouting out his peeps, I guess, man. Shout out to the crew, whoever these guys are. Shout out to these guys. I don't know if that's what he's trying to do, but shout out. Whatever, man. What else we got here? Anybody I haven't seen? Anthony Baker, what's good, my brother? Are we going to trade Julius Randle? I'm gonna get into that in a second. You got Taz. Is that like a Razkaz kind of thing? Hector Gaston, what are you talking about? Let me write it down. Make sure we get to Randle. Trey Kemba, Toppin, first round pick. Man, you guys are going crazy, man. To Atlanta for RJ Hampton. I like that. I'm gonna leave that on the screen too for a second. What's going on? Frastraz. Anybody else new here? Going once, going twice. Mr. Sherman is here. Shout out to Sherman. Someone's at the last game. He said the fans were doing what I said, that they were Obi fans booing, saying they want Obi. Yeah, I get it, man. It is what it is. I'll talk about Obi too. Let me write that down. We'll talk about Obi. Let me get this one back up here so I don't forget, because I got a bad memory. Who else? Shout out to Andy, Robert Parr, Ralph Mouth, and hope I didn't miss anybody. Anyway, let's get into the conversation here. Are we going to trade Julius Randle? My thought process with that is that we shouldn't. I know Randle did a bad thing, man. He did a bad thing going against the fans. Listen, like I said, I already said my age. I'm 42 years old. I'm not young. I'm not 20. I'm not Julius Randle's age. So somebody that's 26 years old, that still thinks that he's in high school and stuff like that. They, or they might think that they're in the gym lifting weights and stuff like that, or whatever. They feeling themselves. They're gonna do shit like that. They're just gonna go to the crowd and start yelling out shit, to random people. Shut the fuck up. Cool, man. Before I play the video. Actually, let me just play the video before I get into my fucking rant.
What? Shut the fuck up! I run shit here.
He be like, shut the fuck up. I be quiet, but when he leave, I be talking again.
Yeah, man. So that's me. All these edits are my edits, man. You can find all that stuff on Instagram. Knicks podcast on Instagram. So anyway, let me tell you a story, man. I got many stories, man. But let me tell you the story. I was online of all places at Skate Key. For those New York City, Bronx, actual skating ring, Skate Key. We was online going there, and we was going there to see Little Kim and Little C's. They actually were performing and stuff. So anyway, that's a long story. But we waiting online and stuff. So they was having problems or whatever. And of course, if you ever been into a line, going into a club or anywhere in New York City, they make you stay out there till after 12, because the promoters usually have like promotions that if the ladies free before 11 or that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So If you ever been to New York at a club or whatever, they never honor that. They make people stay out online until 12, sometimes after 12, and until they start letting people in. So anyway, people were getting pissed because it's skate key, for Christ's sake. I think the time of the flyer, they said they were going to perform at 9. So people were out there from like, I want to say like 7:30, 8 or whatever, hanging out, waiting to get in. But the security had people out there waiting. It was getting closer and closer to 10. That was after 10. So anyway, people are pissed off. So they just wondering, because it's not a normal crowd. It's like a concert crowd. It's not like a riffraff crowd. People just really want to come see Little Kim and Little C's and stuff, right? So anyway, people kept getting off the line just so they could talk to anybody. Is anything happening? Are we getting in here? Because I would like to leave. You know what I'm saying? I've been here for a long time. So anyway, the security started getting crazy. So anyway, one of the biggest security guard that they had there, he all out of that random, because I was ready to leave myself. So randomly, he turns around almost right in front of me, and he said, "Yo, the next motherfucker to get off that line, I'm gonna break his fucking neck," like that. He just said it real crazy, just like that. So you could imagine. I'm younger now. I'm not in my 40s. I'm in my 20s at this time. So I'm with it. I'm with the smoke. So when he said that, I'm just looking at him, right? So then nobody said nothing. Everybody got quiet, like we was in school. So I'm looking at the dude like, what? So I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and then he looked kind of like, oh shit, I think I might have like overdid it. So I'm just telling you that story because that's Julius Randle all the way. Julius Randle is that young guy, hot-headed, whatever. He might be feeling something, and he's just gonna yell at the crowd like he's going whatever, like nobody could do nothing to him. At the time, if I was on that energy, that the security guard would have been in trouble, man. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that all of a sudden, I'm like gonna turn into Rocky Balboa or anything like that, but maybe something else would have happened. Especially if I was with a different crew of people, man. It was a concert, for Christ's sake, So anyway, long story short with that, fast forward to like maybe like a couple months later, maybe like a year, I started going back to school. So I had a Spanish class, and who's in my Spanish class? This freaking bouncer, the same bouncer, bro. So everybody's, oh man, he's such a sweetheart. He's so big, he's so kind, whatever. And I'm looking at this motherfucker. I said, yo, you like me and you almost had a freaking case together, bro. So you got to be very careful how you talk to people. So that's a message to Julius Randle. If he happens to see his face and clicks this video and wants to hear what I got to say, watch your mouth, fam. Say we in the NBA, they got your security and stuff there, but the security's not there all the time. So you're gonna tell the crowd to shut the fuck up. You ain't talking to me. You know what I'm saying? I know you're not talking to me. You're talking to certain fans, which they deserve it. The fans that are not gonna do anything, they just want your autograph. But don't address the whole crowd, tell the whole crowd to shut the fuck up twice. And then talk about I run shit here. I don't want to say that, but my pop's not here, man. So Julius, suck my dick, bro. Suck my dick. Okay, my dad is not watching. Suck my dick. All right. So I can say suck my dick because you just told everybody shut the fuck up. So it's a two-way street, So anyway, Julius Randle will fuck me up, straight like that. So anyway, Julius Randle. Are we gonna trade Julius Randle? Who would we trade for? The key thing is money, right? Julius Randle makes $26 million, bro. He only makes 26 mil. So, I mean, somebody that puts up the stats that he puts up, you're talking about 20, 10, and 5, 3-point shooting and ball handling and this, that, and the other, passing the ball at the 4 spot, making $26 million a year. He should be making 30 to 40 something million dollars a year. So it is what it is. So how do you trade Julius Randle? It's about talent. You need talent. I'm good with RJ Barrett running the offense to RJ Barrett, but we're not gonna win by trading Julius Randle, because who are we trading Julius Randle for? And then the alternative to that is saying that Obi is going to step up and XYZ. No, he's not. No, he's not. You're talking about a soft Kenyon Martin. That's what Obi Toppin is. He is a soft Kenyon Martin, a dude that can't shoot threes, about 30%. Obi Toppin is like 20% from three. I want to say Kenyon Martin was about the same, maybe about 30%. He was never a big time 3-point shooter at all, but he would shoot it sometimes. But he's just a rim runner, barely rebounds, about 7 rebounds a game. It's not like Obi's giving you 12 rebounds a game. He's giving you 7, maybe giving you like a little 13, 14 points a game. That's Kenyon Martin, fam. Kenyon Martin was good, but he also played defense and he also blocked shots and all that type of thing. And he was aggressive. Obi Toppin's not that. He's he's a soft version of Kenyon Martin at this present time. So I can't give him the reins at power forward. So that's my answer. I don't want to trade Julius Randle. You don't trade Julius Randle for the value. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta keep him. How do we get better? How do we get better? We use some of the other chips that we have to put together to get a nice little package to improve what we're doing. Another thing too is game plan. It's all on Tom Thibodeau because no matter who we get, if we trade this, trade that, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden that Tom Thibodeau's going to run the offense through RJ. It doesn't mean that. You don't know what Tom Thibodeau is going to do. You don't know what he's going to do from quarter to quarter. You don't know what he's going to do from one half of a quarter to a quarter to the end of the quarter. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what, like, he'll call a timeout. He'll call a timeout after we lost a 5-point lead. Now we're down 15. Now, hey, let's call a timeout now. Or he'll call a timeout. Don't make no substitutions. We clearly need a substitution. Tom Thibodeau will call a timeout. Don't make no substitutions. And then, like, right after the league expands and we get down by more, then he makes a substitution without a timeout. It's like, what? But then there's other times where Tom Thibodeau will run a play and it'll be great. So, it is what it is, man. So, the thing is, we got to keep these guys together. There's a lot of names that are out there right now that are dangling. Detroit is very interesting to me because they do have Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant was a bench player a couple years ago. He evolved now. He's a 20-point a game scorer. Kind of, sort of. Maybe on a good team, he'll be slightly better than he was in Denver. So I'm talking about 15-point a game scorer, maybe 18, maybe around there, 17. Similar to like a Fournier. But skill set wise, he's tall. He can guard power forwards and stuff like that. So that's going to help us out because Julius Randle shoots a lot of threes. So having Grant there will help that out a little bit. Mitchell Robinson is not good, guys. So that's why I kept Hector Gason's trade ID there because we actually need a real center. So I would love to get rid of instead of maybe Toppin in this trade, maybe Mitchell Robinson. But this is to Orlando, so I get Obi Toppin will probably be better for Orlando. Maybe, I don't know. But this is kind of like the right idea. Not necessarily this particular trade, but the one play out of all these guys here that jumps out at me is Robin Lopez. I wish we can get Robin Lopez. Robin Lopez is not gonna world beat nobody. If he gets here, he's probably gonna play 15, 20 minutes, no more than that. But we need 15 and 20 minutes. Taj Gibson is playing his heart out. Taj Gibson shouldn't play no more than 10. In my opinion, I think we should do like a 3-man center rotation. I would like, if we get Robin Lopez without no big trade, then you could run Mitchell Robinson, Robin Lopez, and then have Taj Gibson there too. I like that because at least Robin Lopez, if he gets the ball, he can make a layup. He works. If you gave him minutes, especially in his prime, he can get you 10 rebounds. In there, defensive rebounds, not just offensive rebounds. He's already a Knick. We already know that he could play here. So I think that would be a good pickup, Mr. Robin Lopez there to come on the Knicks, man. That's a trade that we can make similar to the Rose trade. Don't even have to give up nobody. So that's something that I would do if there has to be some kind of trade or something like that. That's where I am with it, man. So as far as Obi, I guess I talked about Obi, man, enough. Like I said, he's a soft Kenyon Martin. It's nothing really to talk about there. I was gonna pull up the trade machine to see if I can pull up some kind of trades and stuff that we could mess with. But I guess I will just to put it in context of what's happening. Before we go, just take a break and see what you guys are talking about. You guys are saying a lot, man. I see my name popped up here. Shout out to Brooklyn, East New York in the house. Yeah, man, Skate was a motherfucker. I had a lot of fun in Skate, but there were certain times that it was dangerous. People from the Bronx know the deal. But I'm from Brooklyn, man, so I don't. My moms used to bring me up there when I was a kid, and when I got older, I used to go up there by myself, man. People from at least from me, we ain't afraid to go nowhere. We was never afraid to go nowhere. We never had no problems, and if we did, it was all right. Shout out to I can't think of the damn name of the freaking Empire, the freaking Empire of skating ring. You want to talk about danger? Empire skating ring down in fucking Flatbush. Forget about it. I seen guys get their face blown straight open. $150 right in front of me. You know what I'm saying? That was a dangerous time. You talk about the 90s, whatever. So anyway, that's not. I don't want to glorify that type of stuff. But anyway, Frank Montos hit that subscribe button and stuff. All right, cool, man. So let's just get into the into this trade thing here. So for those that mess with the trade stuff, I don't like to click anything ESPN unless the Knicks are playing. So a lot of people found it, but use this website, Fanspo. Fanspo. They have a really, really, really good trade machine there, trade machine and cap manager. So they have a lot of fan interactions there. You can see with the numbers with Ben Simmons and whatever, all the way whatever. If you click that, they'll have different fan made scenarios. Different trades. A lot of them are real crazy, man. But it's just fun, just to put it in context of how these guys' salaries and stuff, man. So let's just check out the Knicks. I'll click the Knicks so we can see their salary. Check out the Knicks salary here. You got Julius Randle. At the moment, he's making 19. Next year is when his contract kicks in, right? So you see 5 years. He signed a 4-year deal. So, at 26 million, basically, with little incentives as it goes along. Evan Fournier just signed a 4-year contract. I think some of that is not guaranteed. So we'll see. Derrick Rose is making 13. Alec Burks is making 9. Pretty immovable contracts, man. Here, Notice the ball hasn't played. He's only making 8 though. Kemba Walker, as you can see, RJ Barrett's making 8. Kevin Knox is still making decent money, $5 million for the rest of the year. Obi's got 5. Tyus Gibson got 5. The rest of them are just basically under 2. So you're talking about Emmanuel Quickly, Quentin Grimes, Mitchell Robinson, McBride. I think I can't get his name right. I think it's Semenic, Lucas Semenic, and Jericho Sims. They're on 2-way contracts. But I think we actually paid Luka some money, but it's just not. They don't count on the salary cap for some reason. I don't know. I don't know if San Antonio's still paying him or what. But that's basically the salary cap, man. So when you talk about putting together players for trades, man, you could just see just on the surface that these numbers just are not gonna appeal, man. According to the talent on the roster, Derrick Rose is out basically for the season. He should be back in another 3 weeks or so, 2 or 3 weeks. Alec Burks. Who wants Alec Burks, man? Alec Burks will actually help a playoff team off the bench, but nobody's gonna trade a lot for him. Maybe they might give us a little bit of second round pick, maybe, or something like that. Nerlens Noel, same thing. If he could prove to be healthy, he could help a team coming off the bench. Kevin Knox, the same thing, 3-point shooter, or maybe go to a team that might be able to give him some minutes to showcase him for the end of the year. So that's a second round pick right there. Obi Toppin has value. Emmanuel Quickly has value. Grimes has value. Mitchell Robinson has value. Miles McBride. Knicks are hiding Luka, and we're basically hiding Jericho too. So Kemba Walker has a little bit of value too. I forgot to mention him. But it's not like world blowing stuff, man. So when you talk about trades, man, these guys like Ben Simmons and stuff like that, we just don't have the assets for them, regardless of the fact that we have a bunch of draft picks. We just don't have the capital to get a guy like that. It doesn't matter. Oh, just trade Kevin Knox and 5, 6 draft picks. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. So I'm gonna click another team. So anyway, I don't know. Just I keep looking at Detroit just because simple fact that they're literally just trying to get young players, man. They made a great trade to get Bol, man. To me, I thought they fleeced Denver to get Bol. But they got a nice crew of young players there. Magic, they have a nice crew of young players. Like I said, they got Robin Lopez there. Just looking at these different teams, man. Some of these teams here, like the Grizzlies are good. The Grizzlies might be able to use what do you call Alec Burke? The Jazz, something like that. The Warriors, a lot of these guys can use some big men to help out and stuff. The Clippers might be able to need to use somebody just to add to the roster because they have so many injuries. The Nuggets as well. But other than that, people keep talking about DeJounte Murray. We're not getting DeJounte Murray. Unless the San Antonio Spurs just want to give him up. But why would they want to give up a talent like that plays Spurs basketball? It's just very odd. Teams like the Kings, they have we've been talking about their players for a while. Outside of that, the Trailblazers are not trading any of the young guys the way things are going. Who else? The Pelicans, Brandon Ingram. I don't know if anybody wants to get him at this point. The Thunder, they might have Dirk Favors if you're looking to get a backup center. The Rockets still have John Wall. But nobody's paying John Wall 40-something million. And then look, if you want to talk about just paying anybody. How are we going to trade for John Wall? Look at the salaries. John Wall literally makes $45 million a year. Who are we trading to get him? You know, we're not going to trade Derrick Rose. They don't want Derrick Rose, fam. They don't want Evan Fournier. They're a young team. You know, so it's not even worth clicking. But I will click Detroit. Okay, so before we get up out of here, I will click Detroit just to see what's going on with Detroit. Shout out to the Pacers too. I'm not looking at the chat at the moment, so I'll get into that in a second. Just take a look at Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant is getting $20 million between now and next year. So basically $40 million for the next 2 years. That's nothing. Kelly Olynyk, I think he's hurt right now, some kind of injury or whatever. But he's a guy making $12 million a year. He's a player that we could probably pick up. I don't know if they're just not playing him because they want the young guys to play. I don't know what's going on with that. He might really just be legit hurt. But that's a player that I wouldn't mind kind of training for, Kelly Olynyk. Kelly Olynyk and Jeremy Grant. I wouldn't bat an eye to trade Obi Toppin and quickly and some of these guys for these kind of players. What else? They don't really have nobody else. But those two guys up top, I could see other teams that are trying to shore up their playoff run. I could see them trying to pick Grant or Olynyk up. But Knicks fans, man, we don't want guys like that. But teams that are trying to win something, they're gonna try to get these guys, man. So look out for that. That's basically it, man. So I'm not gonna get into any specifics with trades and stuff, but it is what it is. The writing is right on the screen right there, guys. Hopefully you guys can see it on your screen. But the writing is on the screen. It's basically nothing much to say when it comes to that, So anyway, this is your boy E-Rule. I had to do a podcast, man. Shout out to my man State. State, like I said, he got jammed up at work. So he wasn't able to get free to do the podcast, but he will be with me tomorrow. Let me just make sure. The Knicks are playing tomorrow, I believe, right? It's Wednesday. We're playing Dallas. So I might go to that game. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go to it, but I might go to that game. If not, then you'll see me here and we'll do halftime to crunch time, and then we'll do a nice little post game show with State. Also throughout the week, we got some other podcasts lined up with me and State with some special guests, man. So thanks for tuning in to the Knicks podcast. I'm gonna try to do this more often. Like I said, I haven't really had time. I got time today because I was preparing for the pod that me and State were gonna have. But so I'm up here. So I said I already set it up. So I might as well just let the show go on. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. It's your boy E-Rule. 4 fingers to the forehead, tugging the thumb. Salute. Hit the like button before you get up out of here. And if you're not subscribed, motherfucker. Peace. Let me leave you with something for you to remember me by.
If you see these dogs in your front yard, just know upstairs I'm going hard.